Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Frank and Beans radio show. I am Frank N. Stein. Our friend Beans couldn't be here tonight. I don't know what he's doing. We're going to go without him. Tonight, our show has our special guest. It's a wonderful guest, somebody from the past, from the Old Testament. Just a great figure. Just real thrilled to have him here. Today, we're having somebody everybody probably will know. His name is Joshua, and he is here to tell us about the whole story.
Well, Frank, I'm glad to have you here. I do apologize for my disguise. My robe, sandals, and turban, they're all at the cleaners. And needless to say, when you conquer a whole land, I have a bunch of angry Canaanites, and I do not want to be found. But anyway, good to be here. Plus, I'm wearing sunglasses because when you're over 1,000 years old, you do kind of get bags under your eyes. But glad to be here. Let's talk.
Let's talk. All right, now we're going to jump right in. Now you, of course, you replaced a great leader in himself, Moses, and of course you're charged with going in to conquer the land. What were God's specific instructions for you? Like, how did He prepare you to go conquer Canaan?
First of all, it's very difficult to replace someone like Moses, a man who had seen Israel through many of its struggles, but also many of its joys. A man who took Israel out of slavery, which, oh my goodness, how much courage and passion and faith in God does that take? But it was very difficult. I was very humbled and honored when they said, Joshua, you're the next in command. And a little scared because I was told I was the one to take Israel into the promised land that had been promised to Abraham thousands of years before. So I was a little scared. And then God came and He spoke to me, and He said these words which really just transformed my whole thinking, gave me the confidence I needed. He said, be strong and courageous, for I, the Lord your God, am with you. And that really made a huge difference as I went out to get ready to go fight, as I went out into battle, knowing that God was with me throughout it all. And I was very encouraged by that.
Good. Yeah, that's God's a good person to have on your side.
I agree. I would definitely agree with you there.
Who could beat you with him there?
Nobody.
All right, now let's get specifically to the kind of somewhat the Battle of Jericho. But before you actually got into Jericho, you did something a little different. And before you even crossed the Jordan, you sent in 2 spies.
Yeah, we did.
And they met up with a girl named Rahab, who, looking at her on paper, not somebody you really want to deal with, not somebody even really trustworthy. So kind of like, what was your reasoning behind it? Why not just send the whole troops in?
Yeah, no, I agree. It was a risky move. We sent 2 people in there to kind of really scout out what was going on with the land of Jericho, to see where were some weaknesses in their defense, just to really give us a better understanding with what we were looking at here for the promised land. And I was just really touched and blown away that God chose to use Rahab, of all people, to house our spies. And Rahab risked a lot when people came and knocked on her door and said, hey, give us a spy. She said they weren't there. And we were very touched by that. We definitely made sure that when we went in a little while later, that Rahab and her family were spared. And a lot of people asked us, they said, hey, did it make the covenant impure by dealing with a non-Jewish woman, a Gentile? And the way we thought is, somebody acts in such a way that they bring about God's glory, they act in accordance with God's covenant. Someone acts for us, they're not against us. And my spies tell me that she's a wonderful cook. They had a great meal that night. So I was, they came back very well fed. Very pleased by that.
Well, good. And of course, everything worked out with Rahab. Her and her family did well.
Oh, got cute kids.
Cute kids.
Great. Yeah, they danced. You thought David danced well. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet.
Oh wow, yeah. I have to watch the old classic YouTube videos to get a shot of that.
Good call.
Okay, now let's. Now the spies have come back. They've reported to you, and now you're taking the people across the Jordan, and when you cross the Jordan, it's like a big ceremony.
Oh yeah,
very detailed, like in the Bible. To kind of explain, what was the purpose behind the specific way you crossed the Jordan?
So, we crossed the Jordan, and this brought us right kind of toward the edge of the Promised Land. This is one of our last stops right before we went in, and never an easy thing to cross a river. It's not easy to walk across a pool, let alone inside a flowing river. And we just thought to ourselves, we got to make sure after we crossed where we had the ark, we had all the tribes up there. we had to make sure that God is glorified since he brought us through safely, and that his action and his will, miraculous power, continue to bless us. And so we decided to take 12 stones from the river and set up a monument. So when people came by years and years later, that all our folks, all our ancestors would say, this is a monument and testament to God's faithfulness to us.
So the stones are still there today, right? I mean,
that's what I've been told. When you're over 1,000 years old, you don't get out that much, but I have been told that.
You heard it here. Joshua said they could be there. That it's in the Bible. So if you want to, go check it out. You know, go see these stones, see kind of what the ceremony is, you know, the significance and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you cross the Jordan. You take all the people across, and then you get to Jericho.
Yeah.
Now, reading Jericho, read about the Battle of Jericho and Joshua. It's just this is just a different ordeal. Like, you know,
it is. It was difficult. It was a good battle.
Different battle altogether. Nothing like it ever since. Most military people would say this is a weird strategy. I would not recommend it because you think you can get picked off by marching around.
Yeah, no, it was a big risk.
Did you think like God was nuts when he told you to do this? You know, like what was going through your head? How did it work? You know, how did it all unfold?
Yeah, it was Frank. That's a great question. We really took a step out in faith and trusted that God was going to come through in His promise here. And sure enough, it was a huge risk, a big gamble. And we said, hey, we're going to be faithful to the Lord. He brought us out of the desert, brought us through the Jordan, and He put us right here, getting ready to step into the promised land. And so we were just faithful. We marched every single day, and on the seventh day, of course, the walls came tumbling down. And just a great testimony that God fought for us. There's nothing that we did. We didn't necessarily have to have more weapons or manpower. But this is a great testimony that when Israel obeyed the covenant, that God was going to fight for them. I'm just very, very well pleased. And all the fighting, all the victory goes to honor and glorify God. So that's what we have to say about the Battle of Jericho. Huge risk. Probably not going to be used as a military strategy for years down the road, but it was God's doing. Oh, Frank, sorry, I'm getting a call here. We have a problem with Aiken, so I'm going to have to go.
Okay, we're going to have to cut a little short, but that's all right. We'd like to thank Joshua for coming back from the past.
Thank you.
And good luck. This moment brought to you by Detroit Tigers, and please support your local seminary. Thank you very much.